Okay.
All right, so we went ahead and cut the video right there. I mismarked the shingles because I didn't want to pre-unseal them prior to the video, wanted everything to be authentic, but we have this shingle right here and that shingle right there. This shingle is not affected, so I moved the 7 over there. So on the shingle that we took out, you can go ahead and see right here, that's all the mat transfer that's happening, right? And what that's doing is it's leaving the material from this shingle all down here. And while it looks minuscule at first, what's gonna happen later on is we're not gonna be able to properly seal these shingles, especially for the amount of repairs that we're doing and how many shingles we're unsealing. It's gonna leave them susceptible to further wind damage down the line. And we could potentially try and make that temporary repair. Going back with the roof caulk or reef cement, go ahead and secure it down. According to every manufacturer, it's not a permanent repair though, it's temporary. Our goal here is to restore this homeowner to the condition that they maintained before their damage happened, which they had good sealed shingles before the damage, using that mastic stripping and that sealant strip. That's our goal, and we want to go back. So because of this mat transfer, because I'm not able to get a good seal, right, our recommendation would go ahead and be replace these, especially up here as well. You have that giant mat transfer we pointed out earlier, right? You're gonna have to replace that #1 shingle, as well as I believe this is #3 on top of that, because it did transfer down to that material right there, right? We also have the mat transfer down here on that shingle. And then if I move this out of the way, on the #5 as well over here, to where when we replace this shingle, we're not gonna be able to get a good seal right there. It's gonna leave this tab right here, susceptible to getting damaged. Move over here, right? Back on that #2 shingle now, we have almost no sealant strip right up there. And because of how much mat transfer occurred down there, you can see that little bit right there too with the fibers inside of it. All right, recommendations typically, you just go ahead and replace these shingles while you're at it. So we have a pretty good rate of damage going on. What I'm gonna do now is go ahead and take this shingle, since we don't have one on hand that we believe is compatible to go back with yet, and slide it back up under there to simulate what would happen going through it, utilizing the roof snake tool as well to try and not lift those shingles too much. So I'm gonna kind of show you what happens with that. So going back into it, everything's unsealed. All right, get that back up there, nice and good. Grab the roof snake, pop that nail in there. We're gonna lift this tab up, see where that nail line is. So right about there, you can already see how much that roof snake's lifting this up. We gotta get perpendicular with it. Now in order to drive this thing all the way in, what I have to do with the roof snake tool specifically is take it out, put it on top. I almost have to lay it flat on the ground so I can get that thing to drive straight in all the way. Otherwise, I'm gonna be bending that nail. It's not gonna be properly installed. You can see right there where it crushed all those granules and damaged the shingle below it. Right, that's why we don't particularly like to use the roof snake tool for repairs like this specifically. All right, so we move back up to here. We're gonna do the same thing up here as well. All right, go and get that in. Take it out. Make sure that thing is seated all the way, which right now it is not. And now it is. And again, go ahead and damaging, and it took a good chunk of those granules out right there. It's direct impact from that nailing spot. All right, and for the purposes of time, we're gonna go ahead and just move up to this strip up here as well. I'll put that nail in there, get it up, not lifting it too much, to the point where it's on that nail line. Make sure it's good and even with the surface. Start driving that thing in. Even then it started just getting all wonky with me. Extremely difficult to use these, and make sure everything gets driven in perpendicular. Move over to a different area. Get that thing up. Make sure it's good. right there. All right, pull it out. It's not driven in all the way. Set this thing perpendicular so we can get it driven in all the way. Boom, it's done, but now we're damaging the shingle right here. All right, it's gonna happen across any single nail that we put in using the roof snake tool. So it's either we use the roof snake tool and damage the shingles below it, or we do the standard method of repair that's utilized by most contractors. Lift the shingle up, put the nail back in there, give yourself some room, and just drive the nail back in. And lifting it up that much. Crease it a little bit, but not a ton. Right? The roof snake's actually causing more damage than anything else, let alone we have all the other damage that we've documented. So we're going to end the video here, and then after we end the video, we're going to take more photos to make sure we have everything documented as well, and then take a picture of all the shingles damaged, get the damage ratio and the rate of repair ratio that we're going to need, and send you guys over our results so you guys can go ahead and review and see if what we're saying is accurate or not. All right, and that's going to be it.